And I'm so glad that the other gentleman has formed a political party. He will come into the system and he will see how difficult it is.
Surely.
Yes, there should not be VIP security. Yes, it should be only to those with perceptible threats. I'm very sorry that Mr. Dastur made that remark about the Prime Minister and the Gandhis. I'm not aware of the figures. I cannot assert.
But there is a, I mean, there is an answerability. No, there is an answerability. No, Jayanti.
Can we come in
here, please? Let me answer, Arnab. You can't stop every sentence. Arnab, I shall withdraw from the debate if you stop every sentence I speak.
Ma'am, see, these points are, you can withdraw from the
very,
debate.
Jayanti, it's a very important issue. Here is a gentleman. No, Arnab, no. Please let me finish, Arnab. Please let me finish what I'm saying. Here is a gentleman who is sitting there and talking about the Prime Minister of India and about the Gandhis who already lost 2 members of their family to terrorism. I personally want to say that whatever he has already said about that, the amount of money that has been spent, I have no idea. But if there are people who are rendering a service to the nation as a head of a family, if there's a perceptible threat to this family, if it's the Prime Minister of India, I don't think that this nation or the leader of the opposition,
I clarified that.
I don't think that this country should begrudge their security.
No.
I'm sorry.
You know, this country, this country will not have a democracy without politicians. It's not therefore a vacuous debate like that. The point, however, is, and Jayanti, I mean, if you look at the broader point, what we are debating is, you look at the aftermath of what has happened after the Mumbai terror attack. And this, the supposition being put is, this outpouring is not just about just the feeling of insecurity. It is about the frustrations that are just coming out. It is almost as if the Mumbai terror attack was the catalyst, and you have this outpouring of anger that is coming out, which is quite perceptible to politicians, not about an individual, not about a head of a party, not about one particular party. Absolutely. Yes, Rajiv, I'll come to you, but before that, Bittu Saigal wants to make a point, and then I'm coming to Rajiv Rudi after that. Yes.
Look, I want my Prime Minister protected.
Yes.
I want the leaders of the opposition and government protected. If these people are targeted by terrorists, it's not just the party or the individual who suffers, the entire country suffers.
Absolutely.
So I don't think that there is a
That's
question, and I would entirely agree any amount of security you give to them is justified.
Sure.
But I'd like to ask both the representatives there. 68 get Z category, 243 get Y category, 81 get X category. Are you of the opinion that they all deserve it?
Rajiv?
Are you ready to admit that some of them do not, and they lobbied to get this at the cost of the security of others? I would have liked to see a lot more security at places like airports and railways, and I would really like to know, do you believe they all get it? And is there lobbying for this?
Rajiv?
Arnab, give me a few minutes because I would just like to explain a few points. There is something called positional security or a statutory security which is given to ministers, judges and certain bureaucrats, which happens with position. When one becomes a minister or a chief justice or a judge, he is given that particular security, which he also is included in those categories of security which you are talking about. The other part of the security is based on threat perception. And this is what we are talking today, that there are many politicians or individuals, or there could be other person also, who have used their political position to get this security. Now, this is the question mark which is being raised today. And if you ask me, if this particular category is screened, those who are categorized in the threat perception, who maybe by their own political influence try to get this security, is the biggest problem. Because they use such people who have flaunted the rules to get this security through government influence, are those people who jump queues, are those people who want to display their authority in public, are those politicians who are visibly upset the people when they walk on the roads. I am sure what these friends are talking about are those people who have usurped the system to display their political presence.
Absolutely.
And if I am given an option, in the threat perception situation, not more than 2% of the people who are getting the threat perception security positioning are not more than 2%. So that is what they are talking. But Arnab, I'll tell you, when they are talking against politicians, we all agree that there are many things wrong with us. But we need good people to come in politics, and all these friends who are making comments would be a great achievement if they come to politics.
The point being made here, it's all about the symbolism of it. The politician in India, if that is put to you as distanced himself through his own actions. He jumps queues.
Yes.
He wants treatment a different kind. He lands at an airport 5 minutes before the flight is to take off and demands. These are not exceptions. They are become the rules. He expects special treatment. He expects public sector employees to be there garlanding him in airports when he's landing there for parliament meetings. He does not behave, he or she does not behave like a professional. like a professional would.
I have just given
Let her reply.
Okay.
Yes.
Now that you've read the charge sheet, yes, there are some politicians who behave like that, and I would like to condemn that. I don't think that it's the right way to behave. We are from the people. We'll go back after 5 years. But there are hundreds of us who don't behave like that. And I don't think you can just throw the baby out along with the bathwater.
Okay.
There are bureaucrats who behave like that. There are police officials who behave like that. I think it's a disease that's spread across the board. Arnab, if I may say so without meaning any disrespect, I think this is a cosmetic issue. I think there are very deep issues.
What is a cosmetic issue,
of unemployment, of inflation. I don't think that this is, I think this is a very
I just want a clarification. What would you say is a cosmetic issue? What is cosmetic about the issues that
I'm saying that this concern about blocking roads is a cosmetic issue.
Is it?
Because it doesn't happen that much.
There are people who have died because they haven't reached the hospital in time, and you call it a cosmetic issue, Mrs. Natarajan. Look, I think that
happens even
I would really like please.
Excuse me, that happens.
Mrs. Natarajan, I have
during
kept
a riot,
for a
that
good 10
happens during
minutes.
a band.
Do allow me to get my point across to you. I'm really amazed. The question that I asked was whether you feel all of them deserve it. Whether you feel some of them have lobbied for it because of a matter of pride.
No.
Mrs. Natarajan, may I finish, please? Because of pride and prestige. Now, the point, I'd like to extend that and ask you a thing. I believe that politicians have become so insulated from the people between avarice, ignorance and arrogance. They've all come together and in the public perception, it's represented in the politician. Now, there are fine politicians in this country and they are getting tarred with the same brush, and it pains me to see that.